As you all know that on 22nd Jan, which is today, there is a Pran Pratishtha in Ayodhya temple, and it has been inaugurated by Mohan Bhagwat, PM Narendra Modi and other dignitaries. On this occasion, the importance of Ramayana has been discussed, and it is very important to discuss that what are the different versions of Ramayana which are available and which are present in Indian society and also outside of the India. Hello friends, welcome to the new series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about how Ramayana become popular outside of the India. So this topic is important from GS1 as well as GS2 perspective. So moving towards the points of discussion part. First of all, we are going to discuss the news and then we are going to discuss that how Ramayana become popular in Asian context, and also we are going to discuss that how Ramayana become popular in outside Asian context, then practice question for prelims, and we'll also discuss that how this topic will be useful for the mains examination. Before that, you have to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Moving to the news part. So, the discussion of Ramayana has become very popular nowadays, and Ramayana is in essence of Indian society. And in the lockdown period also we have seen that how much its popularity has been increased. And before that also the learned or unlearned, educated or uneducated people know about the Ramayana. There are different versions of Ramayana are present in India and also the outside India. So it is very wondering kind of situation that how this Indian epic is popular throughout the world and who are the transmitters. So that's why we are discussing this news. Moving to the next slide. Next slide is about that how the Ramayana spread in Asia. So here we will discuss about the Christian era, and according to the scholar Santosh N. Desai, he has quoted that in Christian era, because of the traveling, this Ramayana epic has been traveled to throughout the world, and he has quoted the different area that how it has been spread to the different area from Indian subcontinent. So from the early centuries of the Christian era along three routes. So there are three major routes. The first route is that the by land, the northern route took the story from Punjab and Kashmir into China, Tibet and East Turkestan, and by sea, the southern route carried the story from Gujarat and South India into Java and Sumatra, and again the third route by land, the eastern route delivered the story from Bengal to Burma, Thailand and Laos. So what all these routes are telling us that, you know, in Christian era, all these things have been transmitted not just one country. There are different countries just like Java, Sumatra, Malaya, Thailand, Burma, Cambodia. So why they have been transmitted and how they have been transmitted. First of all, Ramayana is a very morally valued story and epic present in Indian society, and it is the part of Indian culture. And not in this era, it is a part of Indian culture from the time immemorial. So in that context, when various travelers traveled to the other part of the countries and other travelers also came to the India, so this is the exchange of knowledge and exchange of culture happened. We took their knowledge and they took our knowledge and our culture. So many travelers went to these countries for the trade and commerce, and along with them they also carried out the priest, so many cultural experts and also the singers, authors, and because of all these things we can see that the story of Ramayana has been popularized to the other part of the countries. Similarly, they have also come to our country and they are very fascinated towards the different folklores present in Indian society. So they are also influenced with our tradition. So this is the way it has been carried in the Asian context. And coming to that, how it is survived today. So when it coming to that, how it has been survived. So according to the historian Karamveer Singh, so he has written in a research paper that Indian religion, culture and tradition and philosophy has been traveled through different kind of the context, and he is basically talking about the India, Thailand, that in Thailand there is a place whose name is Ayutthaya Kingdom, and it is believed that Ayutthaya Kingdom is a part of Ayodhya Kingdom, and when this kingdom got established, it has been decided that the urban city will be developed in the theme of Ramayana, and we can still see the pictures, temples and various mural paintings in Thailand because of this Ayodhya kingdom and the correlation between Ayodhya and Ayutthaya. So this is the way it has been transmitted. Similarly, in Cambodia also, the Angkor Wat temple complex built the 12th century features the murals and different paintings related to the Ramayana, and it tells the different views and different evidences and different site of the Ramayana. So this is the evidence, and we can see that how it is surviving till today also, and it is popular in Thailand, Cambodia and other countries. Moving to the next slide. Next slide is about Ramayana outside Asia. So this was the time of 19th century when the Girmitia Mazdoor, Girmitia laborers went to the Southeast Asian countries and also the country like Fiji, Mauritius, Guyana, and in these countries they also carried out their culture. So first of all, we need to understand that what is Girmitia. So Girmitia word has been derived from the agreement. So the workers were basically from East UP and Bihar. So in their language, the term has been defined as a Girmitia. So from agreement, it has become the Girmitia, and Girmitia is basically for the laborers who have been brought to these lands for the work in the plantation workers, because at that time slavery got abolished and Britishers needed Indian people to work in the plantation workers. So they carried out all these people to the Fiji, Guyana to work in the plantation, and because of that they traveled to the other countries. And what happened that during their travel, so many laborers could not return to their homeland, but they carried their culture and tradition, and Ramayana is an important part of Indian culture and tradition, and especially in the Hindi belt and Bihar and East Uttar Pradesh wala belt. So what happened that because of all these things, we can see that the story of Ramayana reached to that place. And what we have seen that now this has become so much of popular, and we can see that so many people are performing so many dramas, epics, songs related to them. And there is also popular perception that a woman should become like Sita, and it has become a popular narrative in these countries that if you have a moral character, then you have to become like Ram for men, and if you have a good moral character, then you have to behave like Sita. So many women and men also got influenced with the character of Ram and Sita, and basically the Ramayana version of Ramcharitmanas got famous into these countries. So this is the story and how it is surviving today. So we can see that so many popular drama and so many temples are also constructed in these countries, and we can see that Indian government is also helping these people to construct a temple. They are also donating. So in that terms, this culture is still survived today. However, we can see that there are different versions of Ramayana present in all these countries. Like in Cambodia, we have a different Ramayana. In Laos, we can see that the Ramayana is very close to the Buddhist Ramayana. And in East Asia, we can see that Ramayana is very close to the Tamilian Ramayana. So in that Ramayana, what we have seen that Ravan is the hero, and they are more associated with the Ravan. Similarly, in Laos kind of Ramayana, they are associated with the Buddha, and they believe that Buddha and Rama are correlation in each other, and they have compared these characters together because they both carry the moral character. Similarly, in Fiji area, we have seen that the version of Ramcharitmanas got famous, and how this thing is very much popular in Awadhi language, and we can see the impact of Awadhi language in Fiji also. So there are different versions of Ramayans which are available, and we can see that each country has a different kind of version, but under the name of Ramayana. So this is the way it is surviving till today. Moving to the practice question for prelims. So the question is related to Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, because this whole discussion tells a picture about the Girmitia Mazdoor and also the people who have migrated to other countries and how the culture has been exchanged. So the topic has largely discussed about the Indian diaspora who are living outside and how they are not forgetting their culture, and Bollywood had also played an important role because various Bollywood pictures and in fact TV serials also played important role because they have proclaimed and they have characterized Rama in a certain way. and these all stories got famous to the younger generation also. So the name of Ramayana and the name of Ram and Sita are popular to the younger generation also. So the first statement is, it is observed on 9th January, and the second statement is the day marked as a return of Mahatma Gandhi from South Africa. So here they are asking the correct statement, so kindly answer. Before that, we have to also look at how this particular portion will attract to the mains question, because the whole discussion has targeted the Indian diaspora. So you can also write about that, how Indian culture are influencing the Indian diaspora, or Indian diaspora are influenced by the Indian culture. So in that way, you can see that the role of cinema, the role of different literature had played a very important role. Also, the government of Indian initiative, just like Bharatiya Pravasi Divas, and you have to also tell that how government is also keen to make connect between the Indian diaspora who are living outside and also the people who are living in India. So the culture is an important part where they can exchange their knowledge and where they can connect, and they still believe that, you know, these are the stories from their homeland, and they also associate themselves with their homeland. So in that way, this can be your mains question. Moving to the today's offer part. So as you all know that 26 January is coming, and on this memorable day, Drishti IAS has come up with the great offers, and it is providing 40% discount on all the online courses. So kindly avail, and if you have any queries, dial on this number. So thanks for today's class. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries related to this session, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.